Hi guys, I cannot begin to explain to you how requested this video has been lately, especially because I kind of took a long break off of YouTube, but welcome to my life update video. I had to write down things I wanted to talk about in this video because my life has been a roller coaster, has changed a lot, and I don't want to leave anything out, especially for all you guys that had so many questions. I'm also going to be including a little Q&A on here that I asked you guys to ask me some questions. I didn't feel like doing my hair for this video or my last video, so that's how we're going. That's how we're living life right now. I'm gonna take my gum out. I really want to eat it later. So question number one, I have been asked if I am still in school, how school is going, when I'm done, and all of that. And I actually just graduated nursing school as of yesterday, which was Friday, April 17th, I think it was. Yes, because of this whole pandemic situation, I had to graduate online. My graduation ceremony will not be until, I think it's like September or October or something, but I will not be attending it. And this goes into my next point. But before I jump into the next point, I just want to let you guys know that coming from someone who hates school, has hated it her entire life, I literally never went to school even as a child. When I was in elementary school, I would get in-school suspensions because they knew how much I'd like to stay at home and sleep in bed instead of go to school. Also in high school, same thing, never got out of school suspensions. Yes, I was a rebellious child and always got in trouble, so that's why I'm kind of emphasizing these suspensions as examples. But I'm just letting you guys know that if I can do it, anyone can. If you guys are sitting there right now trying to figure out if you guys should jump into a college program or not, make sure that you guys think it through, but do not sit there and think that you can't do it, because I'm telling you right now, if I can do it, you can. It's not always going to be a smooth sailing road. I myself failed 2 times. I failed one class, which set me back a whole semester, and then I also failed another class, which made me retake that class and again be behind in a semester. So it took me about 3 years to finish a 2-year nursing program. All my friends graduated almost a year before me. They're all working right now, and I had to stay back and finish school. I cannot begin to explain how many times I sat myself down and wanted to quit because my friends were out in the working field and I was still in school. I'm honestly gonna say this, I did feel like a failure, especially because I had to explain to people why I was still in school, explain to my family when I failed my exam. But not every road or path that you go down is going to be a smooth one. You know, when you're driving in your car, especially when you get a brand new car, when you're driving a nice car and you go down that gravel road and you're like, now I'm gonna need a car wash, or oh my god, I hope this doesn't ruin my car. You never know what's going to come at you. You gotta be prepared for everything, and if you're not, you're gonna learn how to deal with it. So it is a bumpy road. It can be a bumpy road, not always, but you can do it. I also get a lot of questions from teachers, from other friends, from family members, if I'm still friends with all of the friends that I made in nursing school. And I'm gonna tell you guys this straight up, no. There are a lot of people that you meet, that you bond with over educational wise purposes, and then once you guys kind of go your separate ways, things don't work out, you guys just aren't compatible friendship wise. But that being said, there are some people that you do stay connected with, and I'm really thankful for all those people that I still am to this day connected with. That's about it for school, so let's move on to the next big point. I am moving. I am moving across the country. Yeah, that's a big one. So I have always been the type of person who strives for new adventures, who likes to challenge myself and is always looking for something new. I'm a very adventurous person. I'm sure you guys have noticed that by my channel. I'm always going on vacations, traveling different places, and just seeking out adventures, period, just in general. I've always had my heart set on Alberta. Before, when I went to paramedics college, which I ended up failing as well, so technically I failed college 3 times. I went to a certain school in particular because I really wanted to move out west and live somewhere, and that program at that school at the specific time was the only program that would allow me to have an out-of-province license and be able to work anywhere in Canada. And then I ended up failing, so I didn't know what I was going to do with my life, went into nursing school, and then I have just been not content with life where I live. I have never been able to sit down and picture myself living anywhere near where I live right now. A lot of people can sit here and say, oh, I want to live in this town, or oh, I want to live in Toronto, I want to live in the city, but I have never been one to be able to pinpoint an exact destination where I want to grow more, be independent more, raise a family. Nothing around me sticks out. So I kind of reverted back to my Alberta mindset where I was like, okay, this could work for me. It's the culture there, I don't know, I feel like it's more westernized. Also, I really want to try it out and see how I liked it before setting my heart 100% on there. So back in February, my best friend Miranda and I went and visited it, and we went for I think 6 days, and I'm just telling you right there, that was like the golden ticket. I fell in love with it. Banff, Lake Louise, Calgary in general, it's where I want to be, and I'm going to be there. With my mom, we went to a psychic party, and all three of them have said that they see me somewhere where there's a lot of landscape and open water and mountains, which is crazy because I didn't even tell them I was thinking about moving. So that kind of gave me a little reassurance that it's going to happen. I feel like I put this idea on pause for a while because I was dating someone that lives here that never really talked about moving because they were so involved with their family. But after breaking up, ending that relationship, it's been about a year now, and my family dynamic has changed a lot. As you guys know, if you are new to my channel, you don't know, but I lost my dad about almost 2 years ago now, which is crazy, it's been that long. But he passed away from cancer, and that was really hard. I know I really need to make a video on how I'm dealing with that, which I eventually will, but I feel like it's gonna be hard to sit down and talk about that. I'm sure that will help a lot of people though. But my mom has been dating someone for a while now. It's been a year and a half at least, or something around there. So it was very quick, and my sister and I had to adjust to that, which was very hard as well. Probably one of the hardest things, adding on to my dad passing away, but that's how she's dealing with it, and we need to sit here and respect how people grieve because everyone grieves differently. But now she basically lives at her boyfriend's house and comes home, I don't know, I want to say like once a week. So this past year I've learned how to cook for myself, which I know I'm 23 years old, I should have known that before, but I was a spoiled child and I'm gonna admit that. I've learned to clean, I've learned to do my own laundry a while ago, but just, you know, the habits of actually doing your laundry versus knowing how to do it are very different. My sister and I haven't always gotten along, but now because this whole self-isolation phase, it's been about almost a month now, and me and her are attached to the hip now. We're best friends. Always wanted that relationship with my sister, and I'm so thankful that it actually happened. Next, I got a lot of questions on my diet and fitness. So I have been like dirty keto, I want to say, because I'm still eating stevia and fake sugary syrups here and there, but I try to stay under 18 grams of net carbs, and I don't think I've ever gone over my 18 gram net carb goal since starting keto. I have now lost 12 pounds, like I think a month and a half or a month and 2 weeks or something. I think that is a month and a half. I don't know. But I feel great. I'm seeing a huge change in my body, and also my bowel habits before. I know this is TMI, but I could not go to the bathroom. It was probably like once a week, if that. And ever since starting keto and also incorporating apple cider vinegar every single night before I go to bed, I'm great. I'm regular. It's great. It's fantastic. Also, in addition to my health, I kind of threw this in one of my other videos, but I have not gotten my period since January. We got my blood tested. Everything said it was fine. My hormones were fine. Everything was okay. But we took an ultrasound on like my ovaries and stuff like that, and apparently my doctor noted some kind of minimal PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome, but he didn't diagnose me because he says it was too hard to see. So I'm gonna get tested again once this is all over and try and figure that out. So I'm trying to figure out how to get my period back. I know it's pretty awesome. I haven't gotten it in almost 4 months, but it also kind of scares me because that's not good. For my fitness routine, I have been doing HIIT, like high intensity interval training. Yeah, high intensity interval training. I've been doing it 2 to 3 times a week in my basement for 15 minutes each time. And then also I've been doing resistance training or weight training, which I honestly only have 2 days that I kind of do. It's leg days and arm days, and I do those 2 to 4 times a week depending on how I feel. I also try to incorporate a lot of walks, bike riding, and rollerblading, which I've been slacking on lately, but I gotta get my out of bed a little more right now. Also, mental health wise, I am doing a lot better. I feel like it's because of the dynamic of my house right now. My sister and I becoming a lot closer, and me not feeling as alone as I did before. Like I said, my mom basically doesn't live here anymore, so it's only been me and my sister, and everyone kind of gets busy in their own world, and I don't know, hanging out with boyfriends, hanging out with friends, and not really focusing on who you have right in front of you. I don't know, everyone's judgment gets cloudy like my head is right now, but you guys understand what I'm saying. Having people there for you really helps. I also have stopped binge eating, which I feel so much better about myself with. I can do a whole story on that, but hey, we all gotta start somewhere, right? Like I said, it's not always a smooth sailing road. Okay, I need to get into my
Questions of the week.
Questions of the week.
Call her Danny. Okay, so I'm gonna get into the questions that I got on Instagram and then the ones that I got on YouTube. So I got this first question and it's by Erica and she goes, are you dating at the moment? No, I am not dating at the moment. Like I said, I broke up with my boyfriend or ex-boyfriend, whatever you want to call it, of 3 years. I broke up with him actually on Valentine's Day last year. There's a whole story behind that. I'm not gonna really, I don't know if I'm gonna get into it, but yeah, it happened for a reason. I didn't pick that day in specific because I'm not an asshole. But no, I'm not dating anyone. I don't want to date anyone right now because of this whole self-love journey that I'm on right now, which, as cheesy as it sounds, it's needed. It's very much needed, and I feel like everyone needs to go through this. I need to learn to be confident in myself and love myself before I have someone else love me and before I can love somebody else, if you know what I'm saying. I hear people always say that and I'm like, oh my god, but once you get to the realization that it's a true thing and that it needs to happen, you're gonna understand. And also, even before this whole pandemic started, I knew that I was going to move, so I didn't want to get involved with anyone because what's the point? It would just set me back and make me not want to follow my goals and end up moving. I got asked at Christmas, are you talking to guys? Do you have a boyfriend? And I was like, no, I'm moving. I'm not gonna get involved with anyone because I don't want an anchor. That's what I call it. I don't want an anchor to hold me down and not push me into the direction that I want to go in, which was to move. So I'm gonna wait till I move and we'll see what happens. Tips on handling a breakup. My mindset right now after going through a breakup is take time for yourself, surround yourself with people that you love, like your friends and your family that are going to be there to support you. Also realize that everything happens for a reason. That is a big one. For example, I failed college back when I went 4 hours away, but I met the girl that I'm about to move in with in Calgary there. So if I didn't go to school 4 hours away and fail my first time getting out of high school and going to college, I would not have met this girl, and it would have been a lot harder to move and not know my roommate beforehand, and maybe I would have got stuck with a crazy roommate because I've heard roommate stories. But just know that everything happens for a reason and that you literally don't need a single person to live your life. Your life is your own and it's how you make it, so do not rely on anyone else. What actually happened with you and your ex? Oh god.
A lot.
Too much to put in a video, but we were just not compatible. Lots of arguments, fighting. I'm just gonna put it right here that the things he did were very questionable and very, I don't know, my family and friends just didn't like him, especially my dad. So,
Especially
Ashlyn.
Ashlyn.
Who's your favorite family member? The dogs. I'm just kidding you. But it wasn't before the self-ISO. Okay, I think it's Lady or Leedy. If you have one, what is the most valuable lesson in this current situation has taught you? So staying at home and this whole pandemic. It has taught me that the best kinds of people are the people that you may not think are the best kind of people and can be the closest to you. Like I said in reference to my growing relationship with my sister, it's going to be really hard to leave her now. Before I didn't even think twice about moving, but now it's going to be hard, but we have FaceTime, so we'll be fine, and she better come visit me. This lesson, just working on the relationships that you have with the people that you really care about, especially after losing my dad. I don't want any relationships with anybody to go to waste, especially the ones that I care about most, which are my family members, because you never know how long you have until they're gone. So I feel like that is the most valuable lesson I've learned. So that is it for this life update. If you guys have any extra questions that I didn't answer in this video, make sure you leave them down below and I'll for sure answer them. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on right now, and I hope I did a good job at answering everyone. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.